Welcome back to my channel, sports fans. Okay, let's get into this one right here. The nightmare continues for Scap Attack. The nightmare continues for Scap Attack. And what did I tell you guys? What did I tell you? That when we looked at the West positions, standings, 2 through 6, there was no difference where you landed. I said that before. None of these teams, 2 through 6, to me, and we're starting to see that in the playoffs, was better than the other teams. It didn't matter where you landed. And right before I started making this video, I said, well, let me check the stats, because it was like, I don't know, about 4 minutes ago or something like that, and Joker had been out the fourth quarter, the entire fourth quarter, and they put up an image, well, not an image, the graphic of the leading scorers on the team. Joker was all the way down there at like number 6 or something like that. He was the 6th or 5th leading scorer on his team. So just now I went to go look at the stats, and it was like, 2 something minutes to go, and all of a sudden he done jumped from 14 to 16 points. And I'm like, whoa. So I looked on the TV and looked at the game. This guy is back in the game, you guys. Stat padding. This game is over. I think, if I'm not mistaken, LA pulled all their starters a long time ago at the beginning of the fourth quarter. If I'm not mistaken, did Kawhi and Harden even play in the fourth quarter? So this guy didn't play Joker the entire fourth quarter, and now he's back in there with like, I think they might have put him back in with like 3 minutes to play after they had pulled the whole damn start lineup. So no respect for this guy right here. This is LeBron James-esque stat pattern. When the game is a blowout, it's over. It looked like they wanted to keep him out of the fourth quarter because the game was a blowout. I'm losing respect for this guy. And let me see. So it's 2 minutes to go, and he still has 16 points. And like I said, at that point, when I looked, and they had pulled Gordon out, I think they pulled Gordon out and somebody else, Murray, they hadn't put him in the game. So this guy is back in the game, stat padding. No respect for this guy. And don't give me, oh man, well, he didn't play in the fourth. It was over. James Harden, Kawhi Leonard wasn't playing in the fourth quarter. Nevertheless, we can talk about that. That's just talk about poor sportsmanship, talk about stat padding. So I don't even know where to go with that. That makes no sense. We speak about injuries, players getting injured. What if he would get injured? You know what I'm saying? This ain't something that, the coaching staff should be going with when this game is a blowout. He hadn't been playing the whole fourth quarter. This is bad sportsmanship, and this is stat padding. But nevertheless, if I can remember even what I was talking about, because now I'm blown away that this guy is back in the game. But basically, his team carried him. At that point, well, I guess he came back in with 3 minutes to go, whatever like that. This guy only had 14 points, and I think he was like the 5th or 6th leading scorer on the team when they showed the graphic. And his team basically carried him. Don't compare this guy to no all-time great, no Hakeem Olajuwon, no Patrick Ewing, Wilt Chamberlain, none Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, none of these all-time great centers, because in the game 7, they're not going to be the 5th or 6th leading scorer. Probably not even the 3rd or the 4th. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear nothing about this guy not playing in the fourth quarter. That's why he didn't get his stats up. Coming into the fourth quarter, he was still the 5th or 6th leading scorer of the team. And he didn't do nothing all damn game but watch Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon, Bron, and all these guys come through. And if I'm not mistaken, let me make sure right here. I want to check Russell Westbrook. When I looked, he didn't have no turnovers in the game, which is remarkable. He's 5 from 9 from the field, 2 for 4 from 3. Goodness, come on now. What the hell is this all about? Russell Westbrook. Let me see here, because this of course this thing always has to mess up. Russell Westbrook. Oh, am I seeing this wrong? Oh, he did have two turnovers. Well, when I seen it, he didn't have any turnovers. So it's final. I don't know why, he even came back in the game, Joker, because he ends up, let's look at this real quick. In 42 minutes, the most minutes, no, that's Jamal Murray, my fault. 32 minutes, 6 for 14 from the field, 1 for 2 from the 3, 3 for 4 from the line, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals, 5 turnovers. Goodness God, 16 points. This man didn't even break 20 points, and that's probably why he was trying to come back in the game. Not trying to say he wasn't, if he would have played the fourth quarter, entire quarter, he would not have broke 20 points or nothing like that. But like I said, he was a 5th or 6th leading scorer coming into the fourth quarter. Who was this? Gordon, finished with 22 points. And this is Brown. He got different. People pronounce it different. He had 21 points. And Murray, he had 16 points. I mean, but his team as a collective just came through for him, and they shut down the Clippers. I don't know, man. I don't think you can blame this on their coach, per se, when you're dealing with James Harden. And if I ain't mistaken, Kawhi's been on some meltdown and letdowns, too. I would have to go and check the whole thing out. But James Harden, man, this guy is stealing money. There's no need for this guy to have a performance like this guy's. Kawhi Leonard, 6 for 13. Why aren't you shooting, dude? 22 points. I told you, this guy is just limp. He's not a primetime player no more. James Harden, is this 2 or 3? 2 for 8 from the field. So this guy wasn't even shooting. I mean, what are these guys doing? It's not even like they was, literally bricking it up. These guys weren't even taking shots. This is crazy. 1 for 4 from the 3. Only got to the free throw. James Harden only gets to the free throw line 2 times. Let me see. If I'm mistaken, it looks like he had 5 rebounds, 13 assists. So he was just giving the ball up and not even wanting to score. 7 points. I mean, what is that, man? And 2 turnovers. So he wasn't even trying to do nothing when James Harden only has 2 turnovers and he has like 12, 13 assists. This is crazy. These guys weren't even like trying to play basketball. I mean, what's going on right here? Did they just want to go on vacation or what? That's what I'm thinking, because you didn't even get beat because, you shot a brick fest or something like that. You didn't even show up to play. You took 8 shots. Hold on now. Kawhi Leonard took 13 shots. That's unacceptable. And then you have James Harden, like I said, only took 8 shots. Kawhi Leonard took 13. And half of James Harden's shots were from 3. I mean, what are we talking about? What? I don't even know, man. This is just nuts. And like I said, the Scap nightmare continues. Scap ran his mouth. Scap said that they were outmatched. They got 2 top 75 players on this Clippers team, and their defense was top 5 or something like that in the NBA this year. I mean, give me a break. Give me a break, Scap. I don't want you rooting for the Denver Nuggets now. This is not your team. You got to root for somebody else. This is not your team. Maybe you root for OKC in the next round, but you can't root for Denver Nuggets because you had them getting manhandled. Remember, he was going as far as saying they would get beat like 4-1 or some crazy stuff. No way they would see a game 6. All this stuff. His teammates were bums. This guy has lost all credibility, folks. All credibility. This guy is basically Scap. He's playing for the regular season. He's stuck in the regular season. He's stuck in the regular season. And he looks like an idiot. And that's the thing is, I always was thinking, okay, these guys have been on a long run. If we think about even before they won the championship, the year before last, okay, these guys have been running a long race. Okay, these guys have been together playing and stuff like that. You can't say that about LeBron James' teams. His teams ain't been together, but you had these core guys together for a minute. You know what I'm saying? If you're going deep in the playoffs and you're playing playoff basketball, whether you win or not, you're gonna be injured. When you make deep runs like that, you're not always going to be, on an up and up all the time with no injury. So to me, you save your best basketball. Yeah, it's great if you can get the number 1 seed and, do historic things and stuff like that. But, these guys are injury prone and they're saving it. You can see they have saved their best basketball for the playoffs. And that's all you got to do. I mean, that's all that counts, really, that you save your best for the playoffs. Who cares about the regular season? Not who cares, but I'm just saying, if you already been here before and you've been doing it like that and you're injury prone, like Jamal Murray, he was out. A lot of these guys were out during the regular season and stuff like that. And we can see why. You got to save your best players for the playoffs. These guys ain't built like the guys back in the day. Guys back in the day were hitting the weight room, and playing physical basketball. These guys are running and gunning to the 3-point line, running and gunning. It's no half court set. So their body ain't built for the records of this year in and year out and year in and year out. It just ain't all that, running and stuff like that. But, Scap is, whoever is on his channel, man, y'all better run, because this guy has no team. His team is the other opponent. Denver is not his team. His team is the other opponent. Okay? Joker's teammates ain't his team. Only Joker is his team. And we don't watch all through this series what happened. His teammates carrying him all through this might, I don't know, to me this is good in a way, because you don't need Joker putting up all these stats and this team not helping, obviously, right? So that's good in a sense, because when they play OKC, maybe Joker saves his best for OKC, and like I said, if you're this real MVP, you're this all-time great center, like people are saying and stuff like that, and they took your MVP away, go get your MVP back, like Michael Jordan did when he put it on Charles Barkley, like Michael Jordan did when he put it on Karl Malone in '97. That's how you do it. That's how Kobe Bryant was going to do it in 2009 and 2010 in the finals when he was going to meet LeBron, but LeBron James, he punked out and then show up like a little sissy and then built a gang. You know what I'm saying? Built a super team gang just in case he had to meet him again. But it didn't happen. Kobe did his back-to-back and cemented himself as a top 5 player, in my opinion. So this is legacy building, right? Legacy on the line. Not as far as you're not a great player, but we're going to place you as an all-time great. These playoffs for a lot of these teams, for a lot of these players, players on the Celtics with Tatum, you got a lot of guys. Anthony Edwards, what's he gonna do? Joker, what's he gonna do? SGA, what's he gonna do? And the rest of these guys, what are they gonna do in these playoffs? Because this is a legacy builder right here. Because a lot of these guys have been playing for 10 years, 11 years. A lot of these guys are trying to build a legacy as far as they can start one. At this certain point right here. So take we expect for the Warriors to end up beating the Rockets. So what we're going to look at, Anthony Edwards. Can he knock out Curry and Butler, and then him go on to play whoever? You know what I'm saying? Let's say if it's Joker, or let's say if it's SGA. Can he beat one of those two? And him go to the finals. Boom. Could he beat? For me, this would be big. We talked about it. Can he beat Tatum and Jaylen Brown in the finals? So we'll run that back and we'll look at how he beat LeBron James. He beat Luka. He beat who is this? I keep forgetting his matchup. Oh, he would beat Curry. He would beat Butler, and he would beat Joker or SGA, and then he would beat Tatum and Brown. I mean, that's one of the greatest playoff runs of all time. And then we could look at it at the same point with Joker. Who would he beat? He beat 2 top 75 players in the first round. Harden, Kawhi, and then whoever wins that matchup, which I don't know who's going to win that matchup, but I was just using the fake next Michael Jordan, Anthony Edwards. But let's just say Joker, he would have to play either Anthony Edwards or he would have to play Curry and Butler. Bam, and then you go and then that's if he wins against OKC. And he beat SGA, then he goes to the finals, and then he beats Jaylen Brown, and he beats Tatum. I mean, this is one of the greatest runs of all time. That bullish that he pulled, not last year, but the year before that, when he put up all those stats, that was great. This was like total points. But who did he beat? He didn't beat nobody in the finals. He didn't beat no 50-win teams. This is what we're talking about when you beat, not only 50-win teams, you end up beating, top 75 players, and you beat, future Hall of Fame players, future top 100 players. This is one of these all-time great runs. Either it's going to be for Anthony Edwards or it's going to be for Joker, or maybe, it might be for SGA. Who knows? If one of these guys can win the West. Win the finals out of the West and stuff like that. So this is what we're looking at. This is what can be so exciting about the playoffs when these guys do something like this. But it has to be. This is the kind of stuff we seen back in the day. Michael Jordan was beating all these top 75 players, one after the other until he got to the finals and beating good teams and stuff like that. 60-win teams, another 60-win team, 50-win team. Playing physical basketball. This is what we saw from Hakeem Olajuwon when he had one of the greatest runs of all time. When he didn't even have a Hall of Fame teammate and stuff like that. When he won his first championship. And come on now, but not Joker. Look, I don't have nothing against Skapatak. I keep getting these guys mixed up. I don't have nothing against Joker. But the fact is, to me, he's not on those guys' levels yet. He's not on Tim Duncan's level. He's not on Bill Russell's level. He's not on Wilt Chamberlain's level. He's not on Kareem's level. He's not on Shaq's level. He's not on Hakeem's level. He's not on a lot of these guys' level unless you can really show me something. If you beat 50-win teams, you beat a guy who took your MVP, you beat a whole bunch of top 75 players or a whole bunch of Hall of Fame players in different rounds. And, this is a start. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm sure he would have more points if this game was a little bit tighter. But nevertheless, his team carried him in this game. You got to admit it, man. His team carried him in this game. You got to give his teammates credit. And his teammates need to do their job. But the fact is, if this is this all-time great player, he should have put up 40 points in this game. Check it out. He should have had 30 points by the time we was running in the fourth quarter. Not even close. He should have had 30 points, 12 rebounds. And like I keep saying, I don't care about the assists. The assists are fake in this era. He's not no floor general. He just has the ball in his hand all the time. If he's this floor general, let him bring out the ball and be a floor general. Other than that, he just always got the ball in his hand. You point to LeBron James. But at least LeBron James bought the damn ball up the court, when he was in Cleveland and stuff like that. But This is what it is. Scap attack. The nightmare continues for this guy. You don't have a team to root for. Don't root for Denver. This is not your team. This is not your team. It's not your team. Your team was the Clippers. Your team is an OKC Thunder. And I'm sure he's going to be rooting against his own team once again, like he rooted against them with the Clippers. And, you know, he's going to be rooting against them again when it comes to OKC. This guy is a complete joke, man. I don't know what happened to this guy, but he done lost all credibility whatsoever. And I can tell you guys, when he made a video the other day and he was trying to get, you know, Joker to go play with Giannis, and now he looks like a fool about that. When he tried to get Joker to go play with Giannis and then play together, he sympathized with LeBron James, talking about they didn't get LeBron James enough help in Cleveland the first time, even though they had the best record in the NBA 2 years in a row, 2009, 2010. He went to the finals in 2007. But he had the best record in the whole entire NBA, was top 5 in offense, in defense. What else do you want? You had home court advantage, or even if you got to the finals, you had home court advantage. And they lost because of him. This guy talking about he didn't have enough help. What is this guy talking about? I mean, how did he get the MVP if he didn't have enough help? I mean, what do you want? We can name off a lot of players on that 2 year, you know, run. You know, because he always talk about Paul Gasol was a fringe all-star. Only been to the all-star one time before he went to Kobe, and Kobe made him. Jokić was an all-star the year before LeBron James came in LeBron's second year. Jokić was an all-star. So what is this guy talking about? Ben Wallace, Hall of Famer. He already won a championship, Defensive Players of the Year, all-star games. You know, and you had different people that come up. What are you talking about? He didn't have enough help. So like I said, man, this guy, he done lost his mind. So, I mean, and the thing is, I don't see nobody out here talking, you know, about Joker not having any help, and Joker, you know, needs this top 75. I've never heard this from the media. Have you heard this from the media? I haven't heard it from the media. What did SGA do? He made his teammates better. Okay, what did keep calling him Scap. What did Joker do when he won a championship? He didn't have no Hall of Fame teammate. He made his teammates better. But like I said, their run has been longer. Well, it's been like a 3-4 year run, so they're going to break down and they're going to be injured. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, Scap ain't got no team, man. His team is Joker, but Denver is not his team. Go root for OKC like you're rooting for like you rooted for the Clippers, because you ain't got no team, man.